You never know how strong you truly are until fear forces you to find out. Once upon a time, the powerful Sultan of Dubai embarked on a grand sea voyage with his most trusted courtiers. The morning was breathtaking, the sky painted in shades of blue, and the ocean as calm as a sleeping giant. Everyone was excited for the adventure ahead. Everyone, except one, a nobleman named Zion. Though high in status, Zion had never stepped foot on a ship. As the land slowly disappeared and waves grew taller, his courage faded. His face turned pale, hands trembled, and soon, panic seized him completely. He began shouting hysterically, clutching the wooden deck, convinced they were all going to die. No words could comfort him. No hands could steady him. For 2 long days and nights, Zion neither ate nor slept. His screams disturbed the peace, exhausting the crew and irritating the other courtiers. The Sultan, who once looked forward to this voyage, now sat in silence, worried and unsure. Should we turn back, he wondered. One man's fear has turned joy into torment. Just then, a calm, elderly scholar named Idris, who had joined the journey merely as an observer, approached the Sultan. Bowing respectfully, he said, "Your Highness, if you allow me to act in my own way, without questions or interference, I believe I can end this misery." Desperate for a solution, the Sultan nodded. "Do what you must. If you succeed, you will be rewarded beyond measure." Idris calmly walked to the deck and signaled the crew. "Throw him into the sea," he said. The sailors froze. Was this a joke? "It is the Sultan's order," Idris added, firm but composed. "Trust me." Hesitantly, they obeyed. Zion was screaming, kicking, begging for mercy, until he was hurled overboard into the deep, cold sea. The water swallowed him instantly. Moments passed. Then suddenly, he re-emerged, gasping for air, flailing in panic. He screamed louder than ever before. Then, he sank again. This time, the terror in his eyes was not imagined. It was real. He was no longer afraid of the idea of drowning, he was drowning. "Pull him back up," Idris ordered. The crew dragged Zion back aboard. He collapsed on the deck, soaked and shivering, but no longer shouting. He wrapped his arms around the wooden floor, whispering, "Thank God, solid wood." From that moment on, Zion was transformed. He no longer feared the gentle sway of the ship. He ate, slept, and even smiled. The sea had not changed, but his fear had. He had tasted the worst, and realized he had survived it. The rest of the voyage passed peacefully, filled with laughter and sunshine. When the ship returned to port, the Sultan sought out Idris. "How did you know?" he asked. That throwing him into the sea would bring him peace. Idris looked out at the ocean and smiled faintly. "Because I once did the same, with my heart." He shared his story. Years ago, he had loved his wife deeply, but fear of losing her consumed him. He smothered her with doubts, questions, and control until one day, she left. The silence she left behind was his drowning. Only then did he understand the value of her presence. He changed. And by God's grace, she returned. "Some fears," he said, "can only be understood when we truly face them. Avoiding fear only feeds it. It grows wild in the imagination. But when we confront it fully, it shrinks. Yes, it may shake us. But it also teaches us strength, gratitude, resilience." Zion only appreciated the safety of the ship after tasting the terror of the sea. In life, sometimes we are thrown into deep waters. Not to drown, but to teach us how to swim. And more than that, to remind us that the strength we seek was always within us.